So here's this really cool way that you can actually blend your markers. These are our affinity markers. They are a dye-based alcohol marker, really strong pigmentation. You can see that as you work with them, while they create this very strong layer, if I wanted to create a smooth gradation, I don't really have a way to do that with just the marker. So what they have made for us here are these colorless blenders. These are just the alcohol without any of the pigment. So if I were to try to soften this or create a gradation using just the blender here, it doesn't pick up a whole lot of the pigment. You know, it's picking up some of it, but that pigment is really sunken in. So I connected with Mott Tuman, a resident artist at Jerry's Artorama, an expert in working with markers. They told me I had been doing it wrong the whole time. Here's the right way to do it.
All you have to do is kind of press these two tips together. You got to make sure whatever one you want the color to flow down into is on the bottom here. So like gravity's pulling the ink from this colorless blender down into this blue marker. And then you can kind of see the tip of this marker is now slightly paler.
Here is the tip of a typical marker here that is really loaded with that pigment. The colorless blender, again, has no pigmentation in it. It's just the alcohol. Now, by pressing down with the alcohol tip onto the marker, you can start to see that it's pushing some of the alcohol into the tip of the colored marker there. And I'm working back and forth here because what I'm trying to do is load that tip evenly. Now check this out. I've got to fully load it up. As I lay this down, it's starting with just the alcohol, creating that smooth gradation, and now that pigment is slowly working into the page to create a really nice smooth gradation. All right, so let's try that with another color. We've got a yellow here, we've got the colorless blender. You can see that it's really loaded nicely in that yellow, that marker tip there. So I'm pressing down and I'm watching the tip to make sure that the alcohol is being evenly distributed. And then I'm gonna try another gradation. Look at that transparent effect too. So a really cool trick. I am so glad that I chatted with Mott, who showed me this. This saved me a lot of time in me perfecting my use of markers. I have a long way to go, but I'm really excited with this. So pick up a set of the Artfinity markers here. Don't forget the colorless blender, and experiment with all the cool things that you can do. I think if you try new ways, you can achieve really great effects.